Alright everybody, so we have won the die roll. We're going to go ahead and start this round 1 of our 5-match league. We definitely want to be on the play, and this looks like a keep. We've got a couple creatures, we've got some card draw in the Visionary. We should be able to fix our mana. The land situation could definitely be awkward in this deck, I'm sure of it. I have actually only done 2 test runs with this deck, so you'll get to see a lot of mistakes, I'm sure. I just want to get the force out there because I do plan on doing the Elvish Visionary next turn. Alright, so Mardu Shadow Spear. As far as lands go, I think I'll just do the Polluted Delta, grab a swamp. Hopefully we don't draw land. There we go. Yeah, Catacomb Sifter. It seems like Elvish Visionary into Catacomb Sifter is one of the best draws you can have, I feel. Alright, and we will definitely trade off here. Alright, and we don't need another land, but that's what we got. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a Prairie Stream just because then we will have all of our colors of mana online already. I do have a feeling that some of these Rally the Ancestor videos will probably go long. Rally is not the fastest deck. And there's generally a bit of thinking involved. Alright, so here could just go ahead and play out double Zulaport Cutthroats and attack in. I don't know that there's a huge benefit to attacking though, really. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and attack with the Scion. It's very unlikely that he blocks. I might as well get some damage through. I want to be able to block with the Catacomb Sifter if I need to. Although next turn I expect him to pump his Hangerback Walker. Or at least wait until blocks and do it. We would definitely like to see a non-land card come next turn. Okay, so Ruinous Path. Well, it's a non-land card. It's not going to change a ton of what's going on. But having 3 Zulaport Cutthroats on the board is going to be pretty important, I feel. And I'm not going to attack this time. So right here, I think I want to get another green source. And we'll just go ahead and pass the turn. Something like a Collected Company would be probably one of our better draws right here. Just some way of getting card advantage. Alright, so he destroys that. Yeah, I'd like to see an Elvish Visionary or a Collected Company. Yeah, Grim Haruspex is actually a decent draw as well. I don't know that there's much benefit to morphing it other than the fact that we have nothing else to do with our mana, and yeah, I don't think that there's a positive to it, so I'm gonna just play it out. Because if he were to do something like we flip it and I don't think that there's a way that it comes back to bite us. But and I'm also going to play out my Windswept Teeth because I do want to just thin the deck a little bit. I grabbed the planes there because I want to have other ways of getting the Canopy Vista, although I guess maybe I should have got the Canopy Vista. Evolving Wilds could have got the planes too. Yeah, right now there's just not much to do. With his Obnixilis, he's not going to be able to kill one of our guys. Alright, so he can return a Shadow Spear to his hand. Oh, when it dies. Okay. I haven't seen Dutiful Attendant for quite some time. This is definitely a deck that I haven't come up against. And there's another land. There's not much benefit to attacking right now. So I'm just going to play the Evolving Wilds, go get our island. And we are... What do we have? One land left to actually search for? Okay, so we've got a Sunken Hollow and a Canopy Vista. Yeah, we we could definitely use something exciting here. We do have 8 ways to get some form of card advantage in the Rally the Ancestors, Collected Company, as well as the Elvish Visionaries. Alright, so him attacking right now makes me think that he could possibly have a Languish or a Crux of Fate. And so I'm definitely going to go ahead and do some blocking here. I mean, if he does have like a Crux of Fate, it seems odd because if I just block Hangerback Walker, killing it, he's not going to be able to get the Thopters because the Thopters will resolve before he gets to Wrath. So I do want to double block on that. And then I'll let the other ones go. Just this way, in case he has a Wrath, I don't want him to be able to have stuff on the board still. I'm going to turn off my auto yields. Okay. It was just because in case I hit a collected company, I wanted to be able to play it on his turn. Yeah, there's a languish. Okay, so we were kind of expecting that, and that's why I blocked the hanger backwalker there, which is actually going to work out really well for us. And now we are going to draw 2 cards. We're going to get him pretty low here, too. Yeah, Windswept Teeth is not what we were looking for, but Collected Company definitely is. Yeah, that's fine. And I can go ahead and just do this in response. He has no mana up. And I should have allowed the Zulaport Cutthroat to hit the board, because then I could have done the Sidisi's Faithful to go ahead and put him back in his hand. And then these will all go to the bottom of the library. And we'll just sacrifice Sidisi's Faithful to Nantuko Husk next turn. Hopefully we'll be able to draw into something, though. Yeah, that was definitely an error on my part. I had forgotten about the Sidisi's Faithful in the deck. I've only played this deck twice in practice rounds, so not exactly a pro at this one. Let's go ahead and get our lands done. I think like white. Oh, Catacomb Sifter is actually a really good draw for us here. And I'm going to just empty my hand. Because I do plan on attacking with the Nantuko Husk, and if he blocks, we just sack Sidisi's Faithful. We get to draw a card. I actually don't even need to do that there. I mean, there is no benefit to sacking right there. Alright, so he's got to have a Languish. Otherwise, even if he doesn't, we're just going to be able to draw 4 cards scrying along the way. He's going to see if he can draw into a Wrath. He does not. It's kind of surprising to see in this deck, he's playing like some of the, I don't know, I think Marty Shadowspear is kind of one of the junkier 1-mana creatures. But I mean, he's mono black. I'm just gonna... Okay. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna go ahead and sack Sidisi's Faithful with Grim Haruspex dying on the... Yeah. Dying on the stack. Start drawing some cards while that's going on. But writing was on the wall. Right now, so it's mono black. I just don't know that there's much that we want to change about the main deck. I could see wanting... I mean, I understand why Murderous Cut pretty much in any deck. Especially in this one with Tag Scheming, so you are able to fill your graveyard a little bit faster. We could possibly do a Jedi offshoot, but his deck didn't seem fast enough to make me worry about it. I guess Silk Wrap. We could do, instead of maybe one Scheming, one Faithful, just for the Hangerback Walkers. But outside of that, I don't really see a whole lot of things being worthwhile. You know, it's mono black. We didn't see any tokens. We didn't see any giant creatures that we're like actually worried about. He doesn't seem fast enough for Jedi offshoot. Alright, so yeah, it looks like we've got our lands ready. So we'll go ahead and keep. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and play out the Canopy Vista. I want to get that out there untapped right now. Otherwise, we do Evolving Wilds, go get a forest, next turn play a swamp, and then we could play all of our stuff too. Yeah, maybe that's just better. Do the Evolving Wilds, get the forest. We can play our Elvish Visionary next turn, and then the turn after that, our mana's going to be online. And this time we'll get to see if Tag Scheming really is powerful. Or how powerful it could possibly be. One thing I did see when I was doing practice rounds is that I found that I actually prefer having Nantuko's go to the graveyard with Tag Scheming against a lot of like white decks, because if they're able to exile it, that just kind of stinks for you. Alright, so this is actually a kind of a pain in the butt card. We could go ahead and Silk Wrap it right now. I don't think that that's quite the best option for us, though. So I'm going to play the Polluted Delta. I do want to... I don't want to be drawing so many lands. So I'm going to get that taken care of. We'll go ahead and grab our blue-white land. And then play Grim Haruspex. Which we can either... I'm actually just going to go ahead and block. So I'm not going to go ahead and attack with the Elvish Visionary, but if I block, I'll be able to draw a card off of the Haruspex. And not take... I mean, it's only 1 damage. It's not like it's something crazy. Alright, so Retreat to Hagra, which is actually a pretty decent card. I have been trying out a retreat deck. I haven't kind of got it to the point where I'm real happy to run some videos of it yet. But it plays the black and the green retreat. And it's actually pretty fun, and it just works its way up to like Ugin and Ulamog. But you're gaining life and kind of pinging them as you go. Alright, so he doesn't attack with the Marauder, which is fine with us. So right now I could go ahead and Silk Wrap his guy. And then Tag Scheming in the same turn. We'll be able to get 4 damage in. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's Silk Wrap. Then we can go ahead and tag him scheming right now. And it's unfortunate we didn't, or actually we got a Elvish Visionary and a Nantuko Husk, so we are okay with that. And I'm going to go ahead and keep a scheming on top. And then we can go ahead and attack in. And having the Rally of the Ancestors in our hand already is huge. You know, so next turn we could go ahead and do a Taigam Scheming plus a Catacomb Sifter. And then look to just set up a really big Rally of the Ancestors, hopefully. And there's a Hangerback Walker we were hoping to use our Silk Wrap on. I just thought maybe it was better to go ahead and get things going. Could definitely turn out to be wrong, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and play out the Sifter. We just need to make sure to hold up a blue and a uncolored. And with this, I'm probably going to go ahead and attack in with the Visionary. We'll still get some card advantage. Or he takes damage. Either way, we're kind of in a good spot with it. Then we'll go ahead and scheme again. Alright, this is a huge... Alright, so if we go ahead and put all of these in the graveyard, there's very little graveyard hate in this format right now, so I'm not really too concerned. And then I'm going to have a backup Rally the Ancestors on top. So right now we've got three Nantuko Husks, a Grim Haruspex, a CDC's Faithful. So we'd be able to rally back. Unfortunately, we don't have any Zulaport Cutthroats. But with the Sidisi's Faithful, we'll be able to put that on the stack. Jeez, I have not seen Grave Strength forever. That thing barely even saw play in Fate Reforged Limited. So he did hit 2 creatures. So he was able to add some counters. But that Sidisi's Faithful being in our graveyard is going to be really important. Alright, so let's see if I can line up my triggers correctly. So we want to do Rally the Ancestors for 3. So when you're looking at Rally the Ancestors, you might as well just assume that it's a 5-mana spell. Alright, so we will just go ahead and sacrifice Sidisi's Faithful. And we do want to have our Scries before our Grim Haruspex. Okay, so turn Hangerback Walker to his hand. We'll get a Scry. Do not want another land. And then we'll just go ahead and draw, oh, how about 3 cards? Alright, and we had already played out a land, unfortunately. But we will get to go ahead and attack. Alright, so we'll go ahead and have damage be done. And then we can start sacking things to the Nantuko Husk. And I'm just going to start sacking the Nantuko Husks themselves. And I don't really know what we're even looking for. We've just got everything right now. Oh, Zulaport Cutthroat. That is a good card, actually. And actually, I can play this out now. So Zulaport Cutthroat was a great draw. Catacomb Sifter, I think I'm not going to have mana to do it. I don't think it's going to matter. We'll just keep it there. So we'll just sack another Nantuko Husk. Yeah, I don't know what the best option is for us. Probably not the Catacomb Sifter. Maybe more Zulaport Cutthroats, I suppose. And now technically our creatures don't get exiled until the beginning of our next upkeep. So I kind of want to stop here. And that's just because I guess I don't want to discard too much. Although we have, you know, a ton of lands. But I'm just not getting much out of it, I suppose. So we just need to make sure before the end of the opponent's turn to sack the rest of these cards. Because you absolutely want to sack them to the Nantuko Husk, otherwise they get exiled. So keeping them in your graveyard is really important because then you can just flash them back the next turn with Rally the Ancestors again. And that's a bummer. So we definitely want to hope to find one of those next turn. I could sack it. It doesn't really change anything, though. Oh, and there's a Zulaport Cutthroat for us. Alright, so he's just playing out his other Hangerback Walker. And we should have our Cutthroat on top. Oh no, we drew it already. And I have no reason not to want a Collected Company, I feel. And a Sidisi's Faithful is just going to really make it work for us. Yeah, this is ridiculous, this deck. So that was just the trigger saying that you need to exile your stuff, but it doesn't matter because we put them all in the graveyard. We have an insane amount of cards in our hand. Alright, so we've got plenty of lands. I guess I'll just go ahead and play the Windswept Heath so I can grab a Canopy Vista. And then I will have this Cutthroat. Otherwise, we could do the Sidisi's Faithful, but it doesn't really matter. Because we're going to bring one back anyway from the graveyard. But let's get the Cutthroat on the board. And then we'll go ahead and rally again. And so I will... Yeah, the Sidisi's Faithful is certainly one worth doing there. No need for lands. My gosh, these triggers are insane. I'm just going to go ahead and attack so I don't have to stack so much stuff. So hopefully I am going to get faster at this deck. Because otherwise I'm probably going to go a time on like every single matchup, even if I'm winning big time like I did this time. Alright, there we go. That is it, guys. This is Jaceless 4-color rally. You don't need Jace. But you can have a lot of fun with this deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next round. Later.